Today I'm going to give you just a brief overview of Gale Interactive Human Anatomy. Gale Interactive Human Anatomy is an activity-based resource that allows students to learn various anatomical structures throughout the body based on 125 pre-built activities. These activities are indexed by system and region, and they can also be searched with the search activity bar up above. I'm going to go ahead and click into an activity. While this loads, I want to show you this bottom section here where it gives a brief description of what the activity will cover. It also gives links into the activity or links to various slides within the activity that instructors can use to get students to the content that they want them to see. These activities are great for an intro into a particular subject area prior to a lecture, or they're a great extra practice that students can use post-lecture to make sure they really understand the body part that they're studying. Over on the right, we have some reference content that's correlated with the activities. This is not required reading for students, but it's there to help them if they need more information. But what is really the star of the show is our activity pane itself. And each of our activities do have a little bit of reading for students to do about the various structures that they'll be learning. And they also have various pieces of navigation. So they can use the navigation bubbles at the bottom, and when they hover, they can see what each individual slide within the activity is going to cover. They can also use the back and forth arrows. At any time throughout the activities, students can click on the help button, and it's going to give them a product tour that they can use to really get the information about the various pieces of navigation or the various features that they can use while they're in the activity. So this product tour is available at any time. I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit larger. Next, I want to explain to you what we mean by interactive. So in addition to these high-res 3D models, students do have the option of zooming in or zooming out. They can also, using their mouse button, rotate the model so they can look at it from various angles, so they can really understand the 3D nature of these structures. But most importantly, they have the ability to start taking the model apart and putting it back together. So this allows them to use investigative learning as they are trying to learn these structures. When they hover over a structure, it's going to give them the name of that structure. And each of the activities are also designed with some self-assessment at the end. I really want to emphasize that this is self-assessment. So this is a low-stakes way for students to test their knowledge prior to getting into an exam or a quiz. Some of the questions, like this one here, are find and click. When the student gets it wrong, they get a red overlay and an X. And when a student gets it right, they get a green overlay and a check mark. And it also moves on to the next question. We also have multiple choice questions. We also have drag and drop and labeling activities that mimics what students often see in quiz or exam situations with these structures. Gale Interactive Human Anatomy is a web-based tool. However, we know that internet access isn't always consistent for students working at home. So we also have a desktop viewer that they can use, that they can download these activities onto their machine to be able to use them without Wi-Fi. Gale Interactive also has an iPad app, and it's mobile compatible with both iOS and Android tablets. So you don't have to be on a laptop or a desktop computer to use this resource. I will say, however, that it is not designed for use on phones, as it's just too small to be able to interact meaningfully with the models. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this brief demo, and if you have questions, please contact your Gale representative.